Sport 24 editor Garen Lamney and chief writer Rob Howing join us in studio this morning to give us a recap of the weekend's results and other big stories making the sporting headlines. Gents, good morning. Thank you very much for coming in.
Hello, Nick.
Big G, we're going to start with you and the latest, sort of national results. The cricket, the T20, the Proteas, or rather Sri Lanka leveling the series, and there was a feeling that there would be more competitive in the red ball limited overs stuff. But as part of the loss yesterday, a lot of talk about this new young quick bowler, Ngidi. Very exciting prospect to join the likes of Pehlukayo and Kagiso Rabada.
Absolutely, and I can't have asked for much more from him in the two matches that he's played so far. You know, he looks like a bright prospect, bowling over 140 k's an hour. Took 4 wickets in the second. 2020 was man of the match in the first one. So he certainly hit the ground running. A lot of new faces in the squad, especially for the first 2 matches. You know, I think there were 6 debutants in the 2 matches. So, you know, building for the future. You know, I still get this feeling that 2020 is a little bit like hit and miss, a bit of a gimmick. It's not quite where the focus lies at the moment for the Proteas. But, you know, all square heading into the Newlands match on Wednesday, which will be the decider. You know, the first match at the Centurion on Friday night, rain affected, it became a T10 if you like, and it'll hit and miss a little bit again from both sides. Proteas came out on top there. Then moving to the Wanderers yesterday, proper 2020, great conditions, sold out crowd. And, you know, Sri Lanka sort of outperformed us, you know, with the bat and ball, even though it got quite close towards the end. Angela Matthews on one leg hit the winning 6 in the last over. Didn't think it would even get down to the last over. But, you know, hats off to Sri Lanka. It's their first win on the South African tour. Came at an opportune time, obviously kept the series alive. And I think it'll do the world of confidence for them, even though I believe now Matthews is heading home. He's going to miss the decider, as well as likely now it looks the ODI series. So, you know, they've got a few issues there, but I'm sure they'll come with their mystery spinners and the like, and, you know, they'll be competitive at Newlands on Wednesday.
Rob, I mean, the Test series did seem like a bit of a doddle for the Proteas. Can you see, or do you foresee the Sri Lanka being more competitive in the ODI? I mean, because these tours do sometimes, they can feel a little bit sort of drawn out towards the end, especially if they're one-sided.
I think you're right there. I think that sort of tour fatigue scenario will perhaps creep in. In a sense, maybe it would have been better for Sri Lanka if they'd almost gone straight into the one-dayers. But having said that, you know, it's not too much of a surprise that it's 1-1 in the T20s, because it is the should we say, the lowest grade. It's got the least gravitas, really. I mean, we all know that it's there for sort of spectator sort of enjoyment and so on, and that was very apparent over the course of the 2 games. Pretty lightweight stuff. It's not as though we have a World T20 just around the corner. So the ODIs are going to be more important, because both teams are now just beginning to turn their thoughts to the next Champions Trophy, which of course is in towards the middle of next year in England. And so any ODI series from now on starts to take on quite big sort of strategic importance for all teams taking part. Sri Lanka will be in the same group as South Africa at that tournament. So although conditions in England will be very different, it'll be useful for South Africa to try and tick the boxes again against them. I would think that will happen, because as much as they say, you know, when you take the elongated form, the superpower should prevail, as happened so brutally in the Test series, and in the shortest format of all, that Sri Lanka, you know, are looking more competitive in the T20s. But now, of course, we sort of elongate a little bit again by moving from 20 overs to 50 overs very shortly. And I think you'll see South Africa sort of starting to boss things again. I'll be very surprised if Sri Lanka have enough ammunition, especially as Garen mentioned, with Angela Matthews now almost certainly out of the mix for the ODI series. Big blow for Sri Lanka.
And AD back.
And AB back for South Africa. A lot of their heavyweight cricketers in all formats will obviously return for the ODIs. So we shouldn't read too much into the what's left of the T20s, whichever way it goes, whether it ends up being 2-1 to South Africa or to Sri Lanka. Really, the major focus from here will be going back to ODIs for obvious reasons of an ICC, you know, major trophy not being too far away.